code. So okay, for what purpose company code is to be required? So company code is a legal entity, so where we are going to create and we can draw the external reportings, external financial reporting, statutory reports. Then okay, so what is the path? Okay, to reach the yesterday I have already shown you how to reach the path, or if you know the particular the transaction straightforward, you can go. Okay, now click on the edit company code data. Now you can see here there are many company codes which already been set up. Now just click on the new entries. Okay, I will create the company code. Okay, because Tata already somebody has created. So as we discussed, okay, TA01, okay, or else TP01 means Tata Power. The company code which I am giving the naming is a 01. Okay, let us continue with this one. City, I'll keep it is a by or okay, let me keep it. Country we have to key yesterday, it's a country is a mandatory, and as well as currency in okay, this we could say is a local currency. In going forward, while entering the document, we must and should be required the currency. I will explain one by one. English, the language is English. Then after entering all this information, then we need to key some other information. Now go to address tab. In the address tab, we must have to fill either it's a company. See now doctor, it's a different titles are there. Just select the company. So identification, however you want, you can keep it. But remember friends, all these things in real time when we will be there in the implementation project, everything will be provided by the client. Okay, as a consultant, what business is going to give that same information, we are going to map into the system, but technically we need to support to them. Okay, okay. Country is in India. Then at the same time, the reason is the state wise. If you can, this is not the mandatory field. However, you want, you can select this one. This is and it is not the mandatory field. And also here, one more thing, the email address is a very important one. Okay, now to communicate further. Okay, now I when the moment will come into, then I will explain you. Now see, this is the for sorry friends. So I think this is not the one right yesterday. One moment. For this is for second batch. Okay. So not for the Tata. We should suppose to create. Okay. Then ours is a Adani group. We are going to okay. Okay. Adani Power. I will select is. See that is the second batch. I just confused. Okay. Adani Power. Then city. I will write it is a by country is an India, currency is an INR, then language is a English language. Okay, company I'll select. So this is the company code information where the company is reside, where the company code is established, the physical place of this company code. Okay, India. Okay, so I just filled a. Now this is a so for us we have created a different transport request. Now you can see FI basic settings Rani group. This is the transport request what we have created yesterday for our configuration purpose. Okay, now okay, let it save. Now, after creation of one company code, let's say for example, you want to create, I mean, so the client have the requirement, okay, to set up the multiple legal entities. Then next two thing is a, okay, now we have created, okay, the power related legal entity. Now next time no need to go to new entries and no need to do all the things. Then just select this one. If you want to set up the new legal entity, just copy this one, use the copy option, change however you want. L U is a G. Okay, I will, however you want, you can change it. Then that's it. And also yesterday I have explained you one more thing in the in the same screen, without going back, means without logging back, you can do n number of changes. Thus the changes are going to associate with the existing transport request only. I think every time it will not ask the transport request, because you have not exited from this screen completely. You did not exited, means if you completely go back, if you completely go back, you can open another session and come back to again, you can come back, then the system will ask you to also, I mean, the transport request, which particular, which I mean, in which transport request you want to associate the changes. But now we are not exited from the, okay, the old screen. We, if we are into the same screen, if we try to do the same changes in the same place, what system does, it will not ask you the again and again the the transport request, because once you select the transport request, the same in the same transport request, the changes are going to associate. Okay, so just for your information, just for, maybe you will get confused why system is not asking the transport request. Okay, maybe, so just for your information I am giving the info. Okay, I'm just giving that all the information. Okay, now assign. Now as I told you, okay, so company code is not mandatory, but for here in our case, company is not mandatory to set up in SAP, but Adani group would like to have the reports at company level. Okay, they want to see the performance of the entire group level. So at that point of time, so what we need to do, we need to assign the company code to the company, means then only they can able to withdraw the, they can able to draw the reports at group level. Okay, now assignment in the same path only. Okay, I have described the configure the path into the document. Then assign company code to company, just come here. So now you can see this one we have created AD and P. AD and G means one is for Adani Power, another one is Adani Gas. We have created two legal entities company codes. Then for this one we need to assign the company. Now this is the one. So now we are assigning the two legal entities to the same company. Save this one. Warning message. Now now, okay. Once this will be completed, what is an assign company code to company? Okay, then where the data is going to store, where the data is going to store. Okay, then the data is going to store in this table T001. Remember friends, yesterday I have explained you why, for what purpose we would require table and how to see the table entries into the system. This is a very important one. Because the reason being that sometimes some clients may not provide the authorization to the particular transaction code. So at that point of time, what we need to do, okay, to see the, if you want to see the data into the production system, then the alternative solution would be if we do not have direct access, then we can jump directly into the table, then we can see the data what we would like to see. Then define business area. So the business area is a corresponded to the specific business segment of the company. Means it's a, maybe the business area you can set up the geographical wise, or you can set up the regional wise. It means east business area, north business area, west business area, or if you want to set up each state you or each city wise. This completely the business requirement. It's a completely depends on the business requirement how we are going to set up the business area. And also remember friends, this is the important one I'll mention in front of you only. The there is no relationship between there is no relationship between com, company code to business area. Means there is no internal assignment business area to company code to business area. I will explain you. Business area and one company and one business area we can use for all the we can use for multiple. Remember friends, this is the interview question also. Okay, this is the interview question. Okay, the maybe okay, first let me explain you about the functionality. So the business area, let's say for example I have the one business area. Okay, I have created the business area is a Hyderabad, okay, or Bangalore. Okay, the business area at client level means there is no assignment to the uh, particular business area. Okay, now if I want to use this Hyderabad business area to the particular maybe Adani Power or Adani Gas, you can use it. But this business area, if I want to use only for particular company code, means that there is no interrelationship between the company code and the business area, and there is no assignment to the company code and the business area. Remember, okay, for one business, I mean if we have the business area, that business area we can use for all company codes, multiple company codes, because the reason being that the business area at client level means okay, what the client level, whatever the setups, whatever the configuration settings we are doing at client level, that will be applicable for the all company codes. Okay, remember friends, this is the important one for your interviews also. Okay, business area. And why we are going to create business area, and let me give you a small example. Okay, now let's say for example the management can able to draw the reports, internal reports that I mean they are going to draw the reports like a profit and loss account, balance sheet, and as well as okay, how the business area is running, means how the performance of the business area, means whether the it is running in profits or losses, means the information even business area wise also we can draw the financial statements, but the reports which will be used for internal reporting purpose only, not for the external reporting purpose. Remember friends, that is the reason being that okay, even business area wise also there is a possibility in SAP we can draw the financial reports. Then where the database, I mean where the business area is going to store, these are the tables. There are two tables, T0SB and TGSBT. These are the two tables. If you want to refer and go back and see in SC16 or SC11, you can use it and you can display the information. Now the path, okay, okay, now let us go back. Okay, oh, sorry. Okay, so now we'll create the business area into the system. Again, we have to go to the same definition, define, then financial accounting, define business area. And also remember friends, how many business areas you want, you can set up. That will be in the real time, that will be given by the information will be provided by the business people. Means we are not the person, we are not the right persons to decide how many business areas that business organization should have. Okay, now I will create is a, okay, I'll create is a, okay, I'll create like this, then we'll copy it and we'll keep it. Okay, so now we have created the two business areas. One is for Mumbai, another one is for Hyderabad. Okay, these are the two business areas which we have created for to post the transactions into the system. Okay, now then afterwards, remember friends, if anyone has any query, so please let me know. Okay, now assign business area to company code. Remember friends, that's what I have mentioned here clearly. Please see, that's what I mentioned is a star is a very important one for your interview purpose. And also remember, assignment of business area to company code is not required, and also there is no feasibility to assign and also to maintain the relationship between company code and as well as the business area. Remember friends, that's what I mentioned this point. Okay, okay, now here, okay, yesterday I have already explained you the Adani group. Now we are doing the configuration for the Adani group. Then we'll take it example. The for Adani Power would like to have the functionalities SAP. They are like they would like to initially they would like to adapt to the SAP functionalities. So we are going to initially do the configuration for Adani Power Limited, just for our example, for our practice purpose. Okay, now here I just have explained, okay, at the time of posting what will happen. Hyderabad business area, here I have taken is a business area. I will take it is a Mumbai business area, the same. Then okay, so what will happen if we are using at the time of posting with the combination of business area at the time of posting company code, okay, Adani Mills and Adani Power business area Hyderabad. Okay, without giving the company code, we cannot pass to the business area. Means the meaning here is that while posting a business transaction, okay, the company code is a mandatory. Means legal entity information is the mandatory. Okay, without keying the legal entity name, we cannot pass directly the entries to the business area. That is the meaning of this one. Maybe at this point of time, okay, you will get confused. Then going forward, while passing the entries into the system, maybe you will come to know, and I will explain this one. Okay, remember, without giving the company code, we cannot pass the entries to the business area. Straightforward means there is no option in SAP. Directly, we cannot post the entries to the business area wise without legal entity. We must and should have the legal entity, then we can pass the entries into the system. Okay. Now, some business areas can be used a number of company codes. That's what I just mentioned. One, see, the business areas can be used by number of company codes. Means one company code may have the multiple business area like Mumbai business area, Hyderabad, whatever, however they want, or else region wise. Okay, that's a pure, it's a depends on the organization requirement. Then the chart of accounts, remember friends, this is the one of the important one. Okay, what is the chart of accounts? Okay, why we would require the chart of accounts? Okay, chart of accounts is the structure of the GL account. See, chart of accounts, the chart of accounts list is a, okay, directory of all chart of accounts that can be used in a client level. Remember friends, like business area, how I said, so the chart of accounts also which we are creating at client level. Okay, now one chart of accounts can be used for multiple company codes. Remember, friends. Okay, so this is the list of GL accounts used by one or several company codes. I just mentioned, friends. Means the meaning here is that one chart of accounts we can use for multiple company codes. For each GL account, the chart of accounts contains the account number. Okay, this and all just explanation I have given. Okay, I will explain you that then you will understand easy. Okay, now while creation of the chart of accounts, okay, GL, see the chart of accounts, you just remember what is the chart of account means, the structure of the GL account. What is the structure of the GL accounts means, while creating the GL accounts in normal accounts, how many type of GL accounts we are going to use to pass the entries into the system? There are four type of accounts which we are going to use. One is the, okay, three type of GL accounts. One is a balance sheet account. Okay, in the balance sheet, if you are going to again divide the balance sheet, one is assets, another one is a liabilities. If you are going to see the entries for the P&L account, profit and loss account, in the profit and loss account, again we are going to divide expenses account and as well as revenue account. These four type of accounts we need to, okay, set up into the system. Okay, how to set up and how to give the controls, that we will see. But now, okay, while setting up the chart of accounts, we have the following options when using the multiple company codes. Means for if one chart of account, if you want to use the same chart of accounts for multiple company codes, what are the options we have in SAP? Okay, then if the company codes all have the same requirements, okay, for the chart of accounts setup, okay, assign all the individual company codes to the same chart of accounts. The meaning here is that now let's say Adani group, under the Adani group they have the Adani power is there, Adani oil mills is there, then Adani gas is there. Okay, if all the company codes is a manufacturing related company codes, then we can use the same chart of accounts, because and at the same time all company codes are residing in India, so that we can use the same chart of accounts. So no need to, okay, create the, no need to have the separate chart of accounts. Okay, then this could be the case if all company codes are in the same country, and also I just have explained. Okay, in addition to that, okay, the operating chart of accounts, you can use the two additional chart of accounts. Okay, I will explain you what is mean by operating chart of accounts, how many chart of accounts are there in SAP. I will explain in detail, remember. Okay, now this is the option number one. If all the company codes would like to follow the same chart of accounts, then if the individual company codes need to differ, need to have the different chart of accounts, okay, you can assign up two chart of accounts in addition to the operating. Okay, okay, now here the requirement is that, okay, now even though if all company codes are following the same chart of accounts, in addition to that in SAP there are three type of chart of accounts are there. One is a operational chart of accounts, second one is a group chart of accounts, next third one would be a country specific chart of accounts. Okay, here the meaning here is that if the individual company codes need to different, need to assign, have need to assign apart from the operational chart of accounts, then we can assign two more chart of accounts to that legal entities. Okay, I will explain you in detail what is meant by operational chart of accounts and others. Then, okay, the use of different chart of accounts has no effect, okay, on the balance sheet and the profit and loss account. Remember, friends, the use of the means only the effect means with respective of the posting of the operating chart of accounts only, we are going to draw the statutory reports. The other chart of accounts, the country specific chart of accounts as well as group chart of accounts, there will not have any impact on your balance sheet or profit and loss account. Okay, when creating the balance sheet or the profit and loss statement, okay, you can choose whether, okay, to balance the company code which different chart of accounts together separately. Means if you want to draw the reports each chart of accounts wise, there is an option is available, but operational chart of accounts is a very important one with the, okay, I will explain you one by one. Okay, okay, now company code, the option, what are all the options available in SAP when we want to compare or consolidate. Okay, remember friends. Okay, first let me explain about the here. If I go down, I have explained here. Okay, now as I explained you the chart of accounts, remember what is the chart of account? Chart of accounts is a structure of GL account in SAP. Okay, in addition to that operational chart of accounts, we can assign two more chart of accounts. Means in SAP we have total three chart of accounts are there. One is operational chart of accounts, group chart of accounts, then country specific chart of accounts. Okay, now what is the use of operational chart of accounts? First we'll discuss about the operational chart of account. This is the chart of accounts which is used for day to day postings. Means if you want to record some business transactions into the system, without operational chart of accounts we cannot feed any transactions into the system. Okay, it's a mandatory. And also remember the operational chart of accounts is the mandatory. Okay, then group chart of accounts. Okay, why we would require is a group chart of accounts. Okay, let's say for I will give the okay now the group chart of accounts. Simply if I could say we can use the consolidation report purpose. Okay, consolidation report purpose. How we are going to use the consolidation? Let's say for example I have the for Adani Group, let's say one company code using following the different chart of accounts, and another legal entity is following the different chart of accounts. At this point of time, if I want to have the consolidation report, means each and every company code following the different chart of accounts. If the company codes follow the same chart of account, there are two scenarios are there for usage of the group chart of accounts. I will explain one by one. Okay, now this is the chart of account which is used for consolidating all company codes, okay, falling under the company. Okay, this is the universe of all inclusive GL accounts from where the operative chart of accounts is derived. Means whatever the transactions we are recording, the business is recording into the operational chart of accounts, the same information they are going to pull by using the group chart of account functionality. Okay, remember friends, and also it is not mandatory that this has been assigned to the company code. Means this is the not mandatory. Okay, if organization want, then we can implement this functionality. Then country specific chart of accounts, this is known as the alternative chart of accounts, contain the GL accounts to meet the specific statutory legal requirements of the company from where company code operates. Okay, the meaning here is that friends, when the country specific chart of accounts will come into the picture, means okay, if the company codes or legal entities have the particular okay or specific requirement. Okay, let's say for example, okay, now the let so we'll talk about, I will give the small example. Now in India, as per Indian tax, okay, for now we'll talk about HR module. Now let's say Adani Power has been implemented the okay HRA module, also human resource management module, also in India and as well as other countries. Okay, they are having the legal entities. Okay, now in India, on behalf of the employees, okay, the taxes deductions, the PF deductions, taxes deductions is differ if I compare with the other countries. So that is the reason, okay, each and every country wise, okay, have the specific requirement. When the country have the specific legal requirement, then country specific chart of accounts would be required. Means the example is that okay, the HRM module, means each and every country that time management will be differ, then the taxes, the deduction of taxes and as well as the PF other deductions, each and country to country differ. So at this point of time, then the country specific chart of accounts will come into the picture. Okay, now this remember friends, this also very important one for your interview. This is also interview question. Without this question, interview will not be there. Means how many type of chart of accounts are there in SAP and what is the use of them? There are three type of chart of accounts: operational chart of accounts, group chart of accounts, as well as country specific chart of accounts. Remember friends. Okay, now and you need to explain what is the use of operational chart of accounts. The operational chart of accounts which we can use for day to day postings. Okay, you need to explain, but this again once again I am going to cover during our project sessions. Okay, when we are going to take the mock interviews also. Okay, this document I will share with you friends after this class. Please go through. Okay, okay, now the way. Okay, the other way to give the transaction code, okay, this is the one how to create the chart of accounts. Then let's say for I will give the small example, friends. Okay, element creation under this. Okay, these are the options. Okay, now I will explain you, friends, how the here you can see, friends, this example. Please concentrate here. Now the company codes, we have the three legal entities. The option number one to usage of the chart of accounts when we want to compare or means this example is only for the group chart of accounts. Remember, friends, it's not relevant for operational, it's not relevant for the country specific. The example which I have described here, it's only for the group chart of accounts purpose. Okay, to usage of the group chart of accounts, we have the two options. What is the option number one? When we want to compare or consolidate, okay, we can have the same we can have the same set of accounts. Like for example, accounts coding means for conveyance account. Okay, for conveyance account, remember, friends, Adani Mills is using the same GL account to pass the conveyance. Conveyance related means conveyance is a kind of transport. Okay, the transport related expenses to track or to post the information. Adani Mills using this GL account and Adani Power is using the this you also using the same this GL account number, and Adani Gas also using the same GL account number. So at this point of time, what we can do with help of the group chart of accounts, we can mention the we can assign the group chart of accounts into in this GL account. Then what system does, it is going to pull automatically, means the information which we are passing at the same time, then at the same time it will get updated into the group chart of group GL account also. So that if you give that group wise the GL account, it will give all information of these three company codes. Then the option number two means here if all company codes follow the same GL account number, okay, then what is the requirement? Then option number two here is a, remember, friends, each and company code has their own set of accounts. Then conveyance means transport GL account number. Let's say for example, here is the now now here see compare and consolidation by using group chart of accounts. Now let's say for example, even if they are using a different GL account number, this GL account this Adani Mills is using this GL account to pass the entries, conveyance entries. Then this is the GL account for power, this is the GL account for gas. At this point of time, what we will do, then this is the group chart of accounts, this is the group chart of account, this will be associated into this GL account. The moment if you pass the entries into this one, then automatically it will get updated into the group chart of accounts also. Then with help of this one, we can able to draw the reports. Okay, but if you can, if we can compare or we can consolidate the reports by using this functionality. Okay, when we create the, okay, this and all just explanation I have given. Okay, so then type of chart of accounts, this I have already explained about the functionality. Remember, friends, okay, how many type of chart of accounts are there? Okay, so before jump into the configuration, so if anyone has any query, please let me know. Okay, I'll just pause 1 minute here. So if anyone has any query about the chart of accounts, it's a very important one. Okay, that is going, I am very slow, friends. If anyone has any query, please come up with your queries so that I will clarify. Fine. Okay. So I okay. Now let's go to the configuration. How to set up the GL accounts into the system. Then this is the enterprise structure we have done. Then go to financial accounting. Financial accounting, general ledger accounting, then master data, preparations, edit chart of accounts list. Now you can see here. Okay, now we'll set up here. Also there are many options are available. I will explain you, friends. 4 digits. I'll mention. Okay, I'll mention clearly. Remember, friends. Okay, now I just mentioned here is the particular. This is the operational chart of accounts. Now the language, there are, as I told you, the SAP is going to support up to 42 languages. Now which language you would like to prefer to create the GL account? Okay, the language is English by default language. Now remember, friends, here length. Okay, length, it's not the mandatory field. The GL accounts we can create up to 10 characters, means we can set up to 10 digits. So if you want to create up to 10 digits, you can give, or else you can just leave the blank here, no need to give anything. Okay, it's a depends on the pure organization requirement. Okay, but just for your information, I'll give you the 6 digits. Okay, it's not mandatory. Okay, length of the GL account, the GL account, while creation of the GL account, what is the length you should have? Okay, that is the meaning of that one. Then this is the controlling integration. Okay, the cost elements. Okay, the cost elements are the vehicles to transport the information, expenditure or revenue information to transport from finance to controlling module. Okay, means the moment when we are going to create the GL account which is related to the expenses or a revenue, that at the same time it is going to create the cost element, but at the moment it is not required. But the option means I am selecting is a manual creation of cost element. Means I once I create the GL account, if I want to have on behalf of the, if I want to have cost element on behalf of that particular GL account, what I will do, I will create by manually that one at the moment. Okay, when we are going to start the controlling module, at that point of time you will come to know. Okay, now see the group chart of accounts, where you can assign the group chart of accounts, means under the operational chart of accounts only we are going to assign the group chart of accounts. Means the group chart of accounts also you need to create the same way how we are doing, how we are creating this chart of accounts. You need to have the separate we need to create separate entry, then we need to assign that group chart of accounts under this operational chart of accounts. Remember, then the blocked means how to block, means if you select this block, means that is going to block entire your chart of accounts, whether it's a group or operational, whatever it may be. Okay, the country specific chart of accounts. Okay, the similar way how we are creating the operational chart of accounts, the similar way we need to set up group chart of accounts and as well as country specific chart of accounts also, but the way of usage is a differ. Okay, now if it is, this is the this is the group chart of accounts, then the group chart of accounts you need to come back and we need to assign here under operational chart of accounts, we are going to associating the group chart of accounts. Then where we are going to assign the country specific chart of accounts to that company code. Okay, that will be differ, the place it is different. Okay, but I will show you. At the moment the group chart of accounts it is not required. If required, then you can try it. Okay, now we have created the operational chart of accounts of the Adani Group. Now just go back. Now assign company code to the chart of accounts. The next one is a, means the chart of accounts, as I told you, for one chart of accounts we can use multiple company codes. That is the meaning of that one. We must have to assign the, we must have to assign the chart of accounts. Okay, now you can see, friends, here chart of accounts, means here this is the mandatory assignment, means here this is the assignment for the operational chart of accounts to the company code. This is the operational chart of accounts, means without this we cannot feed any entries into the system. Now the country specific chart of accounts, if, as I told you, if we have any country specific requirement, we are going to assign the country specific chart of accounts here. Okay, now at the moment we do not have the particular requirement, so no need to do that configuration. Now assigned the chart of accounts to the company code, assign. Then The next one would be a define account groups. Here remember, define account groups. Now you can see how the account groups are defined. Okay, I maybe in the document you can see creation. Okay, cost element, assignment of company code to chart of accounts. This already we just have done. The what is the database table where it is going to store is a T001. The transaction code, this is a transaction code. Then okay, if you want to use the 6 digits, okay, that just explanation here I have given. Okay, how to, okay, while creation of the account groups, okay, salaries, okay, how many account groups which we are going to set up into the system. Okay, define account groups. Define account groups. There are 4 account groups: liabilities, assets, income, and expenses. Okay, while creation of the accounts groups, please keep in mind, friends. Okay, and also remember the important thing is here is that, okay, straightforward, when we will be there in implementation project, if there is a client requirement, we cannot directly create the GL accounts into the system. Okay, initially as a finance consultant, what we need to do while creation of account groups, so we need to go through the, we need to take client's balance sheet and profit and loss account, then create the group. After implementation also we want to see the way used to get, means the meaning here is that means straightforward, you cannot go and you cannot create the GL accounts into the system, means you need to study the client PNL account and balance sheet, what kind of accounts they would required. Okay, then according to that requirement you need to propose, means you need to propose to the this kind of GL accounts. If we have, then it will be useful for organization. Then the proposal will should go from the consulting side, then the organization will decide, the final confirmation will be provided by the organization. Okay, fine. So as I told you, the account groups are 4 account groups. One is assets, liabilities, assets, income, and expenses. These two are the assets and liabilities are the relevant for the balance sheet. Then expenditure and income, which is relevant for the PNL account postings. Remember, friends. Okay, now define account groups. This is the transaction code, is a how we are going to defining the groups. Okay, now the account groups, how we are going to see. Let's say for example, if I want to have a share capital GL account, if I want to create share capital relevant GL account, then the series means 1 lakh to 1,999, means in between that only I can able to create the GL account which is relevant for share capital, means which is, it is the liability. Okay, then if it is a revenues and surplus, if I want to sorry, reserves and surplus, if I want to have this particular group GL account, then I can able to, I can use, okay, this number range series only, okay, to pass the entries into the system. Accumulated depreciation, secured loans, okay, like this, the different okay, the different options up to 1 and 2 series which is relevant for the balance sheet, then 3 and 4 series which is relevant for the, for your, for the PNL account, then the 8 series which I have which I have given here, this is for the legacy data migration. Okay, the legacy data migration, when it will come into picture during the project sessions, I am going to cover. At the moment you just forget about, but we should have the one separate group for legacy data migration. Remember, friends. Okay, now what I will do, what we will do, I will just copy this one. Okay, if you want you can enter one by one also. Okay, then if I know that one, so that is the reason, click on the new entries, just paste it. Once again before it, I will check it. Okay, something ADAI we have given, I have given is a wrong, so that it will not take. Okay, if you want you can key one by one, or else if you want you can copy from the Excel sheet, you can keep it ready into your Excel sheet, then you can copy from there, then you can do it however you want it, friends. One by one also you can, there is an option is available. Okay, so now you can see friends, here is the share capital. This is the account. These are the account groups which we are using for our company code. Okay, I will show you one more example. Okay, this if you want to, if your organization want to, okay, go for the like this means if your organizations more want to divide the your GL accounts, then you can go in this way. Okay, fine. Does the entry. Okay, now for some organizations what they will do, just for your information, I will give one more example. For some organizations what they will do, they don't want to, okay, divide the GL account. Means what they will do, what they will do, just I will give the small example here. If they, sorry, if they want to, if they want to use how they can, okay, then let's say for example they will keep like this straightforward liability. Liabilities straightforward they will create is a now from one series to 1999, means this series they will use for the liabilities. When, okay, in case they want to for the assets, assets they will use is a, means they will have the, here is the only two groups, so only four account groups what they are going to configure. Means here, okay, then if they want to use is a, then X revenue. Revenue means it's a different, it's a depends on the organization requirement. Either you can have the, you can divide the GL account groups as a again drill down, means multiple GL account groups, or you can keep it the expenses. Okay, okay, so then if you want to, you can keep it like this. Sorry, here also I need to change the above. See, now if you want to have this kind of, either if you want to segregate the GL accounts with multiple groups, the GL account numbers again under liability. If you want to tangible asset, intangible asset, fixed assets, okay, however you want, you can divide. Otherwise, the revenue also, if you want to divide sales revenue like domestic revenue, international revenue, okay, then the expenses, domestic revenue, I mean domestic expenses, salaries, okay, different expenses. However you want, okay, if you want to divide, then you can divide. That can be also possible in SAP, or else if you want to have the only the four groups, so one is for assets, liabilities, revenues and expenses. If you want to map the structure of the GL account, this can be also possible. Okay, the numbers also, this is not the fixed, okay, it's a depends on the organization requirement friends. The numbers what I have given here, this is the organization to organization, this is a very, okay, it's not the mandatory, the number range, for just for your understanding purpose only I have given. Now the second alternative one, I don't want to do the changes. Okay, I don't want to go by the as second option. Okay, I want to divide the GS, the structure of the GL account is a different groups wise. Now, okay, now retained earnings account. Okay, define retained earnings account. What is the use of the retained earnings account? Okay, see, the retained earnings account, okay, whatever the information, the P&L account information, either expenses or revenues information, what we are passing entire year, okay, the open items which we are transferring, the open item balances to the retained earnings account during the year end. Let's say, for example, okay, which we want to make payment to the customer is 1,000 rupees. From the 1,000 rupees, already we made 600 rupees payment to that vendor, rest 400 rupees which is pending. The information, the 400 rupees information which we want to carry, and which should get, because the 400 is a open item, still yet to make the payment to the vendor. So that is the reason we want to carry forward that balances to the retained earnings account. The retained earnings account, it will, they are going to mention in the balance sheet. Okay, so all the PNL account informations which we are going to transfer PNL account information to the retained earnings account, the open items. Okay, means, and also remember the PNL account, the retained earnings accounts, either you can set up one retained earnings account for your organization, but you can set up multiple retained earnings account, but one retained earnings account is recommended by the SAP, because the reason being that whenever you are posting any business transactions, if you have one retained earnings account, the system automatically it will get updated the same information to the to this retained earnings account. If you have the multiple retained earnings account, what system does, at every point of time the system will ask you, please, okay, the information to which retained earnings account you want to pass. Means again the manual intervention to be required, we need to select the particular retained earnings account. So that could be the reason SAP also suggested, okay, only one retained earnings account is sufficient for each and every business legal entity, retained earnings account. Now you can see in the year end the PNL account balances transferred to the surplus in PNL account. Okay, revenue surplus. Okay, the balance sheet carry forward to the next year. Okay, now this is a required in the year end only, when the retained earnings account will come into the picture during the year end only, this will come into the picture. Okay, the usage of, remember friends, this is also one of the interview question. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the configuration for, I'm going to map. Okay, X means it's applicable for all company codes. The retained earnings account, this is the retained earnings account. As of now, we have not created this GL account. This is also one of the GL account. That's what we got. System was throwing the warning message because the GL account, it's not yet created into the system. Okay, now how to set up. Okay, this is the path. Okay, to create the, and this is the transaction code. This is the transaction code. Okay, so X means, see, now you can say PNL statement account type is X, account is 100. Okay, and then just I just have explained here. Okay, now, okay, now up to now what we have seen, how to create the retained earnings account into the system. Then chart of accounts, what is the structure, what is mean by the chart of accounts, and that is the structure of the GL accounts, and how we are going to, how we have defined the, or how we have divided the GL account categories. Okay, like assets, assets, liabilities, incomes and expenses. Now we did the setup. Now, okay, now we are, now it is ready to create the GL accounts into the system. Okay, whatever the GL account you want to create into the system, now up to the up to there we have reached. Okay, now before creation of the GL accounts, okay, how many ways are there to create the GL accounts in SAP? Okay, now, okay, first let me go back. Okay, what I will do. Okay, so first I will set up one GL account. Okay, what I will do, I will create one GL account, then you will come to know. Okay, first, okay, to create the GL accounts into system, there are three ways are there. Okay, there are three ways are there. That's what I have explained here. Okay, for GL accounts creation is at end of, I mean this is the end user area, it's not the consultant. It means this will, this is the master data, and we are not going to set up this master data in production system. Remember friends, this is the applicable. Okay, the GL account creation is at end user area. The point here is that the end user area means it's applicable only into the production system, but quality system and development system, if you want to do the testing, then we can able to do the, we can able to create a master data. Then okay, now how many transaction codes are there to set up the master data? I mean GL master data setup. Now there is a transaction code FSP0 is there, FSS0 is there, then FS00 is there. Maybe you may ask the question, okay, why SAP has given three options? Okay, FSP0. First, let us discuss about the FSP0. Then remember, this is the central transaction code. FS00 is the combination of FSP0 and FSS0. Means two segments, means FSP0 segment and FSS0 segment. We can able to see in FS00 this, but in general we can use this is the only the single transaction code to create the GL account master data. FS00 is the transaction code, but at the same time you should know, okay, what is FSP0, FSS00. Okay, why SAP has given FSP0 and FSS0? Okay, I will give the small example, friends. First, let us see. FSP0 is the transaction code. It's a chart of accounts level. Now, okay, now this, okay, I will open one more screen. Then FSS0 means if I have opened FSS0, then I will open the one more screen, which is for the FS00. Remember, friends. See, now you can see here. See, this is the GL account at FS00. This is the central level where we are going to create the GL account. Okay, now you can see the segment. This is for company code segment. It means the company code segment control data. Okay, first let me come from the, okay, chart of accounts level. Chart of accounts level. Okay, now you can see. Okay, now first let us discuss about the chart of account segment. Now this is the central transaction code. Now you can say edit GL account at centrally, means this is the transaction code, central transaction code when we are going to create the GL account. Now you can see okay, still it's a company code data only. It is here. Chart of account segment, I want this segment centrally. Okay, now see, type description means in this type and description, this is the segment of chart of accounts, this GL account. Now type, now you can see the type description information, it is there. Then only the chart of accounts relevant information it is available. Type and description means what type of GL account, what is the group, means either it's a PNL account or balance sheet, what is the short text, what is the long text. If there is any trading partner, means it's a consolidation purpose, we can use the trading partner. This is a different scenario. Okay, now we can see the segment of chart of accounts level segment, it is available where we are seeing in central level. Okay, now then let's move to the company code segment. Now you can see the company code segment, what it is having. Send control data, the same control data segment here it is there. Create bank interest data, create bank interest data. This information, because the FS00 is the central transaction code, it is the combination of FSP0 and FSS00. Okay, so okay, maybe the why SAP has given three transaction codes. Okay, this is the question, the final the ultimate, I mean the end question will be, okay, okay, now I will explain you. Let's say for example, now we have the three legal entities. Okay, the three legal entities. Out of three legal entities, one is a pure manufacturing related, and another legal entity is a pure sales related, and another one is a pure investment related. Now there is no point of to have the same GL accounts to all the legal entities. Now let's say for example, for manufacturing industry, for manufacturing legal entity, what they want to have the I mean vendor related thing. Vendor means purchase of the raw materials. Okay, payments, only the minimum GL accounts are to be required. For sales, only the sales related GL accounts are to be required. Then for investment, okay, for wherever they are investing, the investment related GL accounts only required. Now my total requirements is a, now for one company code or company wise, okay, total if I could see my total group wise, I have around 5000 GL accounts. Means I don't want to use map the 5 GL accounts accounts to all the company codes, because the reason being that if I create the same GL accounts all the company codes, what is the use? If I am not using that GL account, why I need to set up that one into the system, right? Okay, there is no point to set up the GL account. So that is the reason what SAP has come up with option. Initially the GL accounts, whatever the GL accounts you want, initially you can set up the GL accounts into at chart of accounts level. If you want this particular GL account to a particular company code, you just go and extend that particular GL account to the particular company code. Means if I have 5000 GL accounts, that 5000 GL accounts if I map to the particular company code, okay, without usage of the GL accounts, there is no point and there is no use. Okay, that is the reason what SAP has suggested. Okay, the 5000 GL accounts, the example I am just giving an example. Okay, no need to set up all the GL accounts, and also no need to have those GL accounts to all the company codes. So wherever required, only the required GL accounts we can extend the GL account to that company code. Okay, but now in general, in real time, for time being, we can use the one transaction code. This is the central transaction code FS00. We can use to set up the GL accounts. Okay, now let me create the 05. Okay, what I will do, this 2 series is the asset. Okay, now let us select the company code. Okay, we'll select this one. See, now company code ADNP is not assigned to the, okay, this is a different one. Field status group is not assigned one. This is separate configuration what I will show you. But at the moment, okay, how many options are there to create the GL accounts into the system? Okay, first we'll define the, okay, field status group, because field status group is a very important one. The field status group, without field status group we cannot able to set up the GL account. Okay, now physical year variant, physical year and physical year variant. Okay, the field status group will define later on. We'll discuss about the physical year and physical year variant. A physical year is the accounting period, okay, which normally have the 12 months. The financial statements are drawn from the physical year. Okay, this physical year in SAP, okay, this physical year in SAP is defined physical year variant. Means one, if we create the physical year as a variant, means the variant can be used for the multiple company codes if you want. Okay, we have the following options, okay, for defining your physical year variant in the relation to the calendar. Means in SAP, in India, we have the financial year. Okay, the physical year in SAP we could say is a physical year. In general, we could say in India we have the financial year is a from April to March. Maybe in US we could say is a they may have the Jan to December. Okay, it's a depends on the country requirement where we can set up the, okay, physical year and physical year variant. Okay, now physical year same as the calendar year. The option number 1. Remember friends, physical year is it different from the calendar year? Non-calendar means the posting period can also be different to the calendar. Sometimes what will happen, the physical year will not have the calendar year. Means now let's say for example, the simple example is India. Means Jan to December is the calendar year. The physical year, the financial year what we are following is April to March. That is the meaning of this one. Then physical year is the, physical year is year dependent. This means the physical year only applicable to specific particular calendar. Okay, this means the physical year is the year dependent, means only for the particular calendar year. Means for example, now my company has gone live in in the month of September. Okay, let's say for example, mean my company started usage the SAP from 1st September onwards. Means from September to March that we can say is a year, means that is applicable only for that particular period only, means from again from March to again from April to March we need to have a separate year. Okay, we need to create separate fiscal year variant, we need to assign from there. But from September to March, okay, we need to have the separate physical year, that is the year dependent. Then physical year same as the calendar year. If your physical year same as the calendar year, okay, now the physical year is begin on January 1st, means the whatever the financial year, our financial year same as the calendar year, means the January 1st onwards, from January 1st onwards, the 31st December, the physical year will be there. Okay, 12 posting periods are available. The periods, okay, just explanation what I have given in, okay, non-calendar physical year. If your physical year, okay, differs from the calendar year, means you must specify, means the calendar year, means our physical year is not same as the calendar year, means first to first Jan to December 31st, that is the calendar year, means here non-calendar year if we are following, means it's a, let's say in a in our Indian financial year from 1st April to, okay, then December March 31st. Okay, how many posting periods you require, means you need to decide. But in SAP, remember friends, this is the important one, in SAP we should have the 12 posting periods and 4 special periods. Remember, that's what I mentioned here. Indian company periods from April to March, 4 special periods will be there. Means 12 normal periods will be there. 4 special periods will be there. Okay, normal 12 normal periods means if it is a April is a period number 1, May is the period number 2. Okay, now the special periods, 4 special periods, why we would require is a special periods. Okay, that explanation which I have given. Okay, why we would require 4 special period. Remember friends, the special periods also it's a part of the March month only. March month only. Remember, for example, okay, now we are in the month of July. Okay, now the last financial year 21-22 financial year, okay, the companies, as per the companies, they are going to stop their year end transactions, they are going to close the periods 31st of March 2022. Okay, after closing the March periods only, then the auditors will come into the picture, then they will start their audit. Okay, so while doing the audit means auditors would like to pass some adjustment entries into the previous financial year. Remember friends, so that is the reason, okay, we can open the particular special periods, then we can allow only the auditors. For auditors purpose, the security team will set up a separate authorization group for them. For them, I mean, only auditors can have the authorization to pass the entries into the special periods. Others do not have the authorization. Means the adjustment entries, if auditors would like to pass in the entries which are relevant for the previous financial year, then the special periods will come into the picture. Remember, the special periods also it's a part of the previous financial year, and it's a part of the March month only. Remember, maybe here I have explained US companies Jan to December, 4 special periods. What this is the variant, the physical year variant, how we are going to define. Okay, so this is the explanation what I have given here, just how you want. Okay, why special periods are required. Okay, 20th March 2022, okay, we have declared the profitability up to the February 2023 to the management profitability. Okay, figure should not be changed. It means the February month posting should not be changed. Okay, users should be allowed for the post transaction only. That's what I just mentioned, up to the 2000. Okay, only. Okay, here it's a 2022 only, it's not the 2000. Okay, here we are allowing only users only the 2000 up to March 2022 only. Then after that maybe the next financial year will be begin, the transactions the users will get post to the next financial year only. Okay, now just explanation which I have given, the management adjustment entries, how, Okay, we will get the profitability. Okay, this is auditors only the special periods, which is the okay audit purpose only to pass the adjustment entries. Okay, auditors is keying the show to rectification entries. Okay, list we cannot get the okay the list separately, means only auditors will come to know which are the adjustment entries which we need to pass into the system. Okay, for that purpose we would require is a special periods in SAP system. Okay, now this and all just the explanation what I have given here. Okay, then what is the year? Okay, then one more thing we need to understand, one more thing we need to understand here. Now here, let's say for example my my in Indian financial year, as per Indian financial year, the posting periods from it is going to start from April. Okay, the April, how system will understand, how system will understand this is a relevant for the, I mean this period is the first period, means April is the first period. Now we can see if the April is the first period, how system is going to understand. Okay, in SAP we have the functionality shifting mechanism functionality which is there. Okay, okay, with that functionality, okay, when the financial year, okay, when the financial year is not the same as the calendar year, okay, we need to define for the okay, then displacement factor, means displacement factor in the sense here year shifting mechanism. Okay, where it is there, then I will show you, means this just explanation what I have given, in which year is the coming as a 20. Okay, means if, means here you can see October to September periods financial year, I have given an example here. Here if you go here, this is a different. Okay, now here is a for this is the calendar year, for calendar year. Okay, if you want to okay map the periods, how you want to map the periods. Okay, then just examples what I have given here, then go to the transaction code OB29. Straightforward, I'm going is a transaction code OB29. Now see here there are options are available already. Standard SAP delivered okay physical year variants are available if you want to use the existing one, or if you want to create the new one. But for our for our scenario I am going to use April to March. Remember, see friends, here is the April to March, 12 normal periods, 4 special periods. See, now you can see number of posting periods. Remember, number of posting periods are 12, then special period, number of special periods are 4. Now the periods, how we can understand, now you can see the month is a, the month is, you can see is a, this is a January month. Okay, now the India, it is going to start the April, means a month is a fourth month. Fourth month is the April month. Okay, in April how many days are there? 30 days are there. What is the period? What is the physical financial year period? This is the period number 1. Then for this one, the year shifting functionality, it will not be applicable from April to December. Then when the moment January will come into the picture, -1. Remember friends, the period is a 10th. Why we have given is a -1 here? The -1, the reason being that we are passing the entries to the previous financial year, means if the, let's say for example, if we are going to pass the entries January 2022, okay, the entries which are relevant for the previous financial year, the financial year is a 21-22. Okay, that is the reason. Okay, we have given is a -1, means this is this the functionality we could say in SAP is a shifting mechanism. Shifting mechanism, what year shifting mechanism or period shifting mechanism. With help of this one, the system is going to identify the periods. Okay, this is the one, please be remember. Okay, V3 it is already there. Okay, either if you want to use it, you can use the same one, or you can copy the existing one, you can keep it, you can keep it however you want, but we can use V3 for our practice purpose. Okay, now what we have done, we have seen the okay posting period and posting period variant. We have seen select the position physical year variant V3. Now here I just mentioned, okay, double click and to see that, okay, what is the shifting mechanism it is available. I just have given the explanation. Here is the okay. Now how system is going to understand number of posting periods are 12, special periods are the 4 special periods. Okay friends, so we'll continue from tomorrow. Okay, we'll continue the next session. Okay, one moment.